Peace and love, guys. Jerson here, and today I'm going to talk about gratitude. Now, I know we're always saying, you should really appreciate what you have. You should never complain because you have so much, At least you've got your arms and legs and all of that stuff. And well, it's really overdone. It's something that we hear all the time in our day to day, and a lot of the times when people say it, they say it, and it's so cliched. It's like whatever. I really don't care. Like I have better things to worry about. But today, I wanted to talk about this experience that I had once when I was deep in meditation, and it was this summer, and I was meditating, and I was focusing on the breath, like I talked about in the episode on shamatha meditation, and I just started getting really absorbed into the breath, and I had this deep realization. My I was focusing on the breath, and my mind, it went, what is the breath? And I know that sounds ridiculous, like, what is the breath? Like, who cares? But I was thinking, and I was like, it's really this tiny little thing. You breathe in, you breathe out, but it's keeping you alive. Every single day your lungs are working constantly to keep you alive. And like we we could have been born with one lung, we could have been born with no lungs. Like, we're goddamn lucky, right? And it was just, I started thinking, like I'm so happy that, like, even in this tiny little moment, I can just, sit here and appreciate life. Even like putting all my worries, all my stresses aside, I I'm alive, right? And then I started thinking about all of the other tiny little things in my life that have led me to this moment, And I started thinking about my friends. I started thinking about my family. I started thinking about all those random strangers that I have met in my life, And I started getting this deep emotion within me. And it was just this deep feeling of gratitude, this deep thank you to all of these people, because every interaction that I'd ever had with them had shaped me in some way. Having a mentor when I was young taught me things that I wouldn't have learned if I hadn't been, rude or hadn't made a mistake later on in life. Just having some man open the door for me, smile and say, "Here you go," when I was feeling upset one day or something, it lifted me up. And that those tiny little moments, they shape your life, right? And I was extreme feeling this just deep feeling of thank you. I don't know how to describe it, and I started crying, right? Like, legitimately, just tears were coming down my face. In my mind, I was thanking my friends, I was thanking my family, I was thanking all of those people. And then I sent out like 1,000 text messages. I got right up out of my meditation. I sent like texts to my friends. I called. I went into my mom was watching like Law and Order or something in the living room, and I walked over to her, and I had like tears in my face, and I hugged her, and I was just like, "Thank you so much for being my mom and caring about me." And she was just there like, "What is wrong with you? Like, are you high?" And I was like, "No, I love you." And for me, just getting to experience something like that, like, it just reminded me, why I'm alive, why, like, for me, life is about thanking other people, giving to other people, and just appreciating this, because we only get like 80, 90 years on this planet, and we're just a bunch of little fools, acting like we know what we're doing when nobody really has any idea, right? And it was just, that was the first time I ever had a deep realization while I was meditating. And I've had several since then, but that, I just remember it so clearly because of the deep level of emotion that I experienced. I think for the next like 3 days or something, I felt this like feeling, this outpouring of love to everybody. And people noticed it. They when I was talking to them, they were saying, "Jerson, like, I mean, you're a pretty happy guy already, but like, you're extra happy today. What's going on? And I was just like, I'm just happy to be alive, and I'm happy you're alive, and I want you to have a great day, you know? But it's so sad when we forget to appreciate this, because honestly, like, someone spilled coffee on your shirt, and I get that sucks, right? But you have your arms, you have your legs. If you don't have those, you're alive, right? And if you aren't alive, then I don't know how you're watching this video, but regardless, there's something to appreciate, right? But you can only appreciate the things in your life if you choose to appreciate them, right? Because it's absolutely up to you. If you make the decision to only look at the negative things in your life, then your life is going to be negative as hell. You're never going to have any opportunities because you're never going to see anything for an opportunity. And if you can't see it for an opportunity, how are you supposed to take it, right? And that's why being appreciative, being grateful, being happy, being nice to the people around you, it just makes life smoother because you have more friends. You have an increased quality of life. And, well, honestly, who wants to spend this tiny little sliver of life angry all the time? Who wants that? I don't want it. And I know you don't. So next time you wake up and, you know, the birds are being extra loud, or your boss is yelling at you or something, just take a deep breath and say, you know, I'm alive. And honestly, that's all that matters. Peace and love, guys. You have a beautiful day. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you stick around for some more. Let me know, if you can, in the comments, one thing today that you're grateful for, right? Just one thing, right? It can be anything. I want to hear it. See ya.